Hi friends, आज सीखना है tips to get started with essay writing. Yes guys, today I'm going to show you a roadmap on how to write an effective and a very impactful essay, an essay which makes an impression upon the reader. So let us get started guys. My name is Harpreet Kaur Dhodi. I've done my masters in English literature. I've done a diploma in journalism. I have 16 years of teaching experience. I have trained students for exams like the CAT, MAT, XAT, SNAP, PGCET, Banking, GRE, GMAT, SAT, ACT, TOEFL. Today I'm an educator on hashtag Cat Live Daily, and today I'm going to teach you guys tips on how to get started with an essay. Essay writing is something which cannot be effective if we do not practice. Practice is the key to essay writing, guys. You have to practice writing essays for a couple of days. You have to write 10 to 15 essays before you present an effective essay. And therefore, whether it is for any of the examinations, please practice writing essays because no matter how good we are at thinking or arguing or at speaking, we may not be good at writing. So, therefore, if you want to put pen to paper and write an essay which is effective and impactful, then you have to practice writing essays. So, what first of all is going to be the key to writing an essay? Yes, Telegram channel is something that you have to download. Go to livedaily.me/chat and join the Unacademy chat, guys. There is also one chat of mine which is known as Harpreet Ma'am Unacademy Cat, which is my official Unacademy Telegram channel where I can post questions and you can also clear your doubts and keep in touch with me, guys. Cat subscription is the best in the industry. You just have to pay 1,458 for 12 months, 875 for 24 months. And therefore, if you use Core 10, you will get a further 10% discount. So let us go into the lesson without much ado. Tips to getting started with essay writing. What is it that you should do when you're writing essays? The essay writing process consists of three stages. You have to have the first stage, which is the preparation, second is writing, and third is revision. These stages apply to every essay or paper, but the time and effort spent on each stage depends upon the type of essay. Now, what are the type of essays, guys? We have different kinds of essays. We have what is known as an analytical essay. Analytical essay is one which looks at a topic multidimensionally. It is looking at a topic multidimensionally, that is from all angles. So if I present the pros and cons of an issue, it is an analytical essay. We also have what is known as argumentative essay. Argument essay is speaking for and against the topic. We also have what is known as persuasive essays. Persuasive essays are essays where the author is trying to persuade the reader to believe certain aspects. So, why is he persuading you to take a standpoint or have a certain viewpoint? Is what is the purpose of this essay? Then we have what is known as descriptive essays. Descriptive essays are those which touch upon the five senses of the human being. So, if I'm talking about the sunrise, then I can actually feel the warmth of the sun on my skin. Or if I'm talking about a culinary dish, then the mouth starts watering. So, these are known as descriptive essays. Then we have what is known as narrative essays, where you are telling a story. And then we have less important ones like abstract, opinionated, and the like, guys. So these are different kinds of essay types. So what is it that you are expected to write when you are doing an essay for the MBA admission process, which is of most relevance to most student at this point of time, should be an analytical essay. Basically, you have to write and you have to analyze a topic and present your ideas on the basis of this analysis. So this is the kind of essay you are expected to write for college admissions, guys. Yes, so before you start writing, you should make sure that you have a clear idea of what you want to say and how you're going to say it. There are a few steps that you need to make sure you're prepared for. So, what are the steps? One is understanding your assignment. What is the goal of the essay? What is the length? What is the deadline? Is there anything that you need to clarify with your teacher or a professor? Like, are you sure that you need the guidance of a mentor or not? Right? Do you need the guidance or not is what is important to keep in mind. Define a topic. If you're allowed to choose your own topic, try to pick something you already know about, a little bit about, or that hold your interest. Now, this is a very, very important point, guys. The topic makes all the difference to the writing of an essay. Now, if you are a person who is not good with writing, then I would suggest that you will make it a habit that you will start writing a diary on a daily basis. And you will write about yourself. What will be the subject of those topics is going to be I. Now, why should you write about yourself? Because you are the person who knows most about yourself. And therefore, when your head is full of ideas about the subject matter, then the pen will flow, right? So therefore, you will be able to write a lot about yourself. And what should you write? You do not have to write just a daily run of what are the events that happened today, but you can talk about any of your thoughts, any of the moods, like supposing you're feeling very optimistic today, any kind of an anecdote, any incident that moved you, any experience that you would like to share with the reader. So write something about yourself every day and create a diary. By the end of the 50th page, you will realize that you are a better writer than when you started off. In fact, most writers are born out of this exercise where they start writing about themselves on a daily basis and gradually graduate to other areas of writing. So that is why, guys, having an important topic in your mind on which you can write extensively and know enough information about is very important. Do your research, read primary and secondary sources, take notes to help you work out your position and angle on the topic. You'll use these as evidence for your point. So see that the angle that you take or the position that you take should be a strong position. Yes, do not make arguments which are weak and what you call half-hearted attempts. Don't make any half-hearted attempts. You should be sure of what you want to say and should be 100% sure. Come up with a thesis. The thesis is the central point of the argument that you're trying to make. A clear thesis is essential for a focused essay. You should keep referring back to it as you write. Map out the rough structure of your essay in an outline. It makes it easier to start writing and keeps you to track on that. So whenever you are writing, see that you don't go or digress from the outline. So having a template and following the template is very, very important to maintain the structure of the essay. Structure is very important. Now, introduction. The introduction is important both to grab the reader's attention and to inform them that what is it that is going to be covered in the essay. The introduction generally comprises 10 to 20% of the text. To learn how to write an essay introduction, start by getting familiar with its most important goals. That is what the introduction will consist of. The first sentence of the introduction should pique the reader. It must grab the reader's interest and his curiosity. This sentence is sometimes called the hook. It might be a question, it may be a quote, it might be a surprising statistic or a bold statement emphasizing the relevance of the topic. So one thing you have to realize is that readers who are reading essays for college admissions are reading multiple number of essays. So they are already quite bored and kind of it becomes a very banal exercise to keep reading so many essays. So when you present something out of the box or different, then it grabs the reader's attention and gives rise to his curiosity. You should lead him on to read your entire body of the essay too. After you have hooked the reader, it is important to give the context that will help your reader understand your argument. This might involve providing background information, an overview of the important academic work and debates on the topic, and explaining different terms. Don't provide too much detail in the introduction. You can elaborate it in the body of the essay. So the introduction is only meant to introduce the topic. Do not start off by writing a long paragraph with an example in the introduction. Introduction should be only 4 to 5 sentences, and then you can go into the body. The body of the essay can break into paragraphs. Every idea is a new paragraph, right? Yes, and then you can have what is known as the conclusion to follow it. Okay, the next you should formulate your thesis statement, the central argument you are going to make. The thesis statement provides focus and signals your position on the topic. It is usually 1 or 2 sentences long, right? Yes, the body of your essay is where you make your arguments, supporting your thesis, provide evidence, and develop your ideas. Its purpose is to present, interpret, and analyze the information and sources you have gathered to support your argument. So the body of the essay is basically an elucidation. It elucidates whatever is the argument, what is it that you're trying to present, what are the ideas that you're trying to present, how are you trying to interpret them, and how you're providing information. The length of the body depends on the type of the essay. The average body comprises of 60 to 80% of your essay. For a short essay, there should be 3 paragraphs where you have the beginning, middle, and the end. But for a graduate essay, you must write 500 words, particularly for MBA admission, guys. See that you write an essay which is 400 to 500 words at least. Don't write an essay of 200 words. Do not write in bullet points, and do not write in just in the form of short statements. You have to explain and elaborate all the points in your essay. Paragraph structure. To give your essay a clear structure, it is important to make use of paragraphs. Each paragraph should be centered around one argument or idea. The purpose of each paragraph is introduced using the topical sentence. The topic sentence forms the transition from the previous paragraph and introduces the argument to be made in this paragraph. Transition words are important. They can be used to create a clear connection between sentences. What do I mean by transition words, guys? When I use words like subsequently, consequently, as a result, therefore, etc., then I'm creating a clear transition from one paragraph to the other. And therefore, this is what will give a very beautiful flow to the essay. So the essay will flow very smoothly when I use transition words. It also makes reading very, very easy for the reader to read from one paragraph to the other, and transition ideas becomes very easy. The second advantage is it gives the essay a very formal look, right? The language becomes very formal. At the same time, it is very simple and effective. So use transition words between paragraphs in order to give a smooth flow to the essay. After the topic sentence, present evidence by providing the reader with data, examples, and quotes. The onus is on you that once you have made the point, you have to prove your point. Otherwise, the essay has no weightage. Be sure to interpret and explain the evidence, show how it helps to develop your overall argument. So, evidence is an important part. Never write an essay or a paragraph without providing evidence, examples, quotes, or repetitions. The conclusion is the final paragraph of an essay. It should generally take up to 10 to 15% of the text. A strong essay conclusions draws connection between points made in the essay body, states the overall outcome of an argument, what new insight you have provided, emphasizes the relevance and significance of the thesis statement. A great conclusion which should finish with a memorable, impactful sentence that leaves the reader with a strong final impression. The conclusion makes up the entire paragraph because it makes an impression upon the reader. So therefore, you can use quotes or punchlines which effectively close an essay. But if you're using quotes, guys, then all that comes within the quotation should be something which is quoted verbatim. All the words in that quotation have to be correct. You cannot quote somebody and use the wrong words there. And if you're not sure of the entire words, then you can paraphrase and you can always say Confucius says this, and don't use quotes. According to Confucius, or Confucius was of the in contention, or Confucius claimed. So paraphrase it in order to still make an impact. But if you're quoting, then see that all the words in the quotation are correct. Or use punchlines in order to make an effective closure to the entire essay. Do not, what is it that you do not include in a conclusion to make your essay conclusion as strong as possible? There are few things that you should avoid including. One is new arguments. You don't introduce a new idea in the last paragraph, nor do you give examples in the last paragraph. The purpose of the conclusion is only to wrap up what the body paragraphs is saying. Secondly, undermining your argument by saying this is just one approach of many. That means you have many other approaches, and therefore this sentence is incomplete. one, and secondly, try not to contradict yourself in the conclusion. So if you start off by saying these are the positives of this particular essay and go on to say there are many negatives too, then you're contradicting yourself. So stick to your central idea or your thesis and do not digress from it, or don't contradict yourself. Don't start with something and end with something else which is contrary. Yes, guys, so that is the end of my lecture and the roadmap for the writing of essays. Download the Telegram channel, livedaily.me/chat. Join my Telegram group, Harpreet Ma'am, Unacademy Cat. The CAT subscription is the best in the industry. You have live classes, interact with the educator, live polls, leader polls, test series and analysis, live doubt clearing sessions. Download the Unacademy Learning app, install the app, go for the plus courses. There are many courses there, get your subscription. CAT subscription is the best in the industry. It is very, very reasonably priced, 1,458 for 12 months, 875 for 24 months. In order to make the learning complete, go for a long-term situation where you can study at least for 12 months with the best educators in the industry. If you use code 10, guys, you will get a further 10% discount on the amount. 15,750 for 12 months, 18,900 for 24 months. Yes, so whether you're doing NEET JEE 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, you can use code 10, guys, in order to subscribe with an academy. And therefore, that is the end of today's lesson. Subscribe, like, share, hashtag CatLife Daily. Yes, use referral code 10 and get a 10% off. So happy learning and all the best.